Here are the hardest parts about chasing your dream that nobody warns you about. Did I eat that up, wait? Y'all, wait, did I eat that up? Like, cause somebody booked me. Wait, okay. Anyways, yeah, guys, I was playing. The video was about that, but I was being dramatic because I was seeing if y'all could get it. I stumble over my words so much. Anyways, yeah, guys. So my name is Branson. I'm an actor, singer, dancer, songwriter, get into the influencer bag again. Everything in between and just an all-around creative. And this is just me talking about life and things in the creative space on YouTube. So let's just get into the things that nobody talks about, the hardest parts of chasing your dreams. Okay, because we're chasing them. We're all chasing them. And if you're not, you should be. Let's start. So the hardest part is the in-between era, and that's currently where I am in right now. Honestly, a lot of the videos I post is going to be just me and where I'm at in my life too, but it's always like you're not at the beginning where it's like, you know what, I think this is what I want to do. It's like, oh no, okay, we already know, I told everybody this is what I want to do. Okay, but you're not at the success part yet. Like, success is subjective, so but you're not at the part where a lot of people would look at you and be like, "Oh my God, he's eating everywhere." Da da da. So it's that in between era. It's that you're like improving, but nobody really cares. Like it's a lot. It's something to really just be in. You have to really settle in it. And I also think it's kind of good because it keeps you humble. And it really makes a good story because just picture this, an interview from 10 years from now. You're like, yeah, at that time I was, working here, doing that. And it was a lot, but I hear I am. Girl, I'm doing too much. Okay. I'm probably annoying to some people. Maybe. Who cares? Who cares? Okay. And yeah, and it's just like you're working hard in this in between era, but like the results aren't really fully visible. Ooh, yeah, like people that are already on this pedestal, they're already up there. You can see the improvement, like you see the stars. You say, oh, they're doing this. Like they're everywhere. But when you're in that in between area, it's just like, okay, what are you doing? I heard you were doing this. Are you still doing that? You said you were doing that. Yeah, I am. Anyway. Okay, so that's one hard thing nobody told you about the in between era because it's an era. Okay, the next hardest the next hardest part is doing it while the funds aren't fully funded. Okay, because that's the thing you have to. I see so many videos of people saying they compare artists and then they talk about this artist and they compare them, but I'm like, honey, y'all are comparing apples to oranges. When you compare a major brand deal budget, a major like company budget, and then you could like try to compare an independent artist's vision and like you compare them together, it's not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a thing where be trying to find all the right words. Just at least for me, example. Right now I'm focusing a lot on my acting career. Yes, guys, acting bag. Anyways, so a lot of things I have to pay for the acting websites for me to submit to jobs. And yes, you do have to pay for most of the real good ones. You have to pay. And so that's already paying. Then you have to like pay for acting classes. And then if you add singing on that, pay for singing classes. You have to pay for dancing classes. You have to like because you have to keep using your is it a weapon? I don't want to say weapon because I feel like when I say weapon, it gives weapon. It's giving not to hurt anybody, but your beautiful weapon. Okay, we're gonna call it our beautiful weapon. And it's just like trying to do that while also the funds are not fully there. It's a hard thing because when you're in the future when you are getting your coin, you are doing it full time because you will be okay. Hello, when you're doing what you want to do, the funds will be there. You're like, oh yeah, a couple hundred, a couple thousand, whatever. Throw some. Anyways, so basically, yeah, you just it's really nobody really talks about trying to do all these things and having all these visions in your brain, but not having the budget to fully make them come to life, okay? But we will, but you still can do it, okay? Because all the greats did, and you are a great in the making. Oh, you like that? A great in the making. I'm a great in the making. Are you a great in the making? Because we are greats in the making. Hello. Thank you. Oh my god, I sound so crazy. Anyways, yeah, so that's just a thing. Anyways, I'm looking at my notes by the way. So if you see me trickle down here, that's me looking at notes. Okay. Anyways, the next hardest part is rejection and the silence. And that's oof, that's a lot, okay? Because rejection is already hard and a lot of my friends right now, because I just came out of college, so a lot of my friends are applying to jobs and getting rejected and all this stuff like that, and rejection is already a hard thing, honey. Now add something that you're passionate about, add something that you really enjoy, add something that you pour your heart and soul into, and then add rejection, sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle on top of it. It's just, you're like, how do I not get crushed? But you have to keep going because, guys, rejection is a part of our lives, whether you're a creative or you're not. But this channel is like mostly for people that are into, the endeavors and have these truly deep creativity thoughts, just whatever. Because for all my people out there, but it's really hard. The rejection is something that you just have to come to terms with and keep going and showing up because, guys, it's not going away. It's not going away. Because imagine if you got a yes to everything, then, you'd probably, the grass is green on the other side, as people always say, okay? So if you're like, oh, I'm so busy, I have all this stuff. But then when you don't have that, and you're the complete opposite. You're like, why is everybody rejecting me? Like, I just need one. So, we have to go through the rejection to get to those milestones. Because when we do get that yes, when we do get that on board, when we do get that boom, yes, you are in, that will make it so much more meaningful. That'll make it like a lot more impactful. So we just have to get like with that. And I also put like silence too, because at least in the acting space, a lot of it is silence. Like I will send auditions and they will be going into the void. Okay. They will be going places. And I'm just like, I wonder what the casting director is thinking of me right now. Or even when I post videos, like when I post dancing or singing videos, and people like will watch, but I'll have like insights of like 3,000 views and then like 50 likes. I'm like, okay, hopefully people likes it or at least enjoy it. Obviously there's gonna be people that don't enjoy your content or whatever. But me, I've learned that silence is part of life because I'm such a silent watcher. When I watch other people's content, I'm a silent person. Like sometimes I don't I rarely comment. I mean, I'm getting better, but like sometimes I might even forget to like. But when I tell you I love videos, there's so many creators that like I'll be watching their whole page. I love their content. I'm living for it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is tea. And then I realized I've been scrolling for like 30 minutes and I haven't liked a single video. So not all silence is bad. So when you submit into the void, you have to really think like, maybe they actually love me. And even some of my friends, when they've like seen my Instagram stories, they're like, Branson, I love your stories. And in my head, I'm like, well, you've never liked it. But then I've heard that from multiple people. They're like, we love your stories. They're always funny. Like they always make me laugh. Like I love watching your stories. And I'm like, you could like it. But then I realized I'm a silent watcher too. Like I watch so many people's things, and I sometimes you just forget to interact. Sometimes you're just in the flow state, as some people call it, and you're not really worried about interacting and like commenting and having this whole, oh my god, I love this. This is so good. Da, da, da. And and that could go for the entertainment, whether you're submitting your artwork off to these people or you're doing, submitting dance auditions, theater auditions, or working on that business proposal that you got going on. You're trying to pitch yourself to different companies. And maybe they are living for you, but maybe it's just right now they're not in the moment, they're not in the space. Because that's what I've heard from so many online casting directors is that they see actors so much in the background that people, when they see them finally get that big breakout role, people are like, oh, they came out of nowhere. Who is this actor? Oh, wow. But they did not come out of nowhere. The casting has been seeing them for years, and they've been waiting to put them in the right role that would get them there. And now they're in that role, and now it got them there, and now they are there. And now everybody sees. Nobody's questioning anymore. Nobody's, well, at least the entertainment, the behind the screens people, the production team is like, babes, we've been seen. Yeah, you see her? Yeah, you know, she's an A-list celebrity now. We've been seeing her, okay? And that's what I like to think that people, like, that's what I like to think that some casting directors are seeing me, because I actually got, I auditioned for something, and I did that thing, and then, months later, actually, got reached out to by the casting for an even higher position for a certain thing. So, guys, speaking in like, I'm glad I'm practicing now in speaking in like film terms, and like, I don't even know if that's film terms, but like secrecy terms, because having to say, oh, this like things you can't talk about because of, yeah, just certain things in the entertainment industry. But yeah, so, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know they were thinking about me. And they reached out to me. I didn't even audition for the thing until they reached out to me. They were like, hey, we think you should audition. I was like, okay, boom. And then I got that thing. Ah! So it's a lot of just having people just knowing the best, knowing that they want the best for you, okay? Because even I I always hear that they want you to do your best. When you're watching a talent show, you don't want the person to just mess up the whole talent show. You want them to be good. You want to vibe. If they're like doing something cool on stage, you want to be entertained. You want to be like, you don't want to sit there and be like, oh, they're so boring. So you just have to think that people are like that for you with whatever you're submitting. They want it to be the next big thing. They want your whatever you're bringing them to be. Oh yeah, this is tea. So you have to go in with that mindset that people are wanting you to do good. They're rooting for you. At least the good people are, okay? But it's so easy for us to really think, oh my gosh, just so much no, so much rejection, so much I can't, so much they don't want me. But really, babes, they're rooting for you, okay? Because there's many people that I'm rooting for from back here, okay? You wouldn't know I'm rooting for them because, like I said, I'm not such an interactor. Like, I don't like to, when I root for people, or when I watch things, or when I'm really taking things in and I see things, I hate like commenting and interacting, because then I feel like it's much more room for outside space that I don't need, because then I might comment and say, oh my god, this video was so tea, and then I might get a random comment saying actually it was boring, and they copied. I'm like, okay, look, first of all, get out my face, like, let me take this for what it is. That's why I always have to watch videos and literally think in my head, what do I feel about this video? And then I can open the comments. Because I love reading comments, okay? Comments make videos for me, especially like on short form content. It's like funny. But I always have to watch videos, especially short form content, and then have my idea in my head of what I think about the video, and then read the comments. Because if I just go straight to the comments while watching the video, or right after without deciphering what I think, I'm just following what everybody else thinks. I could think the video was so pretty, but I didn't process it yet. And then everybody in the comments is saying, this is the worst thing ever. I hate the entire video. I'm like, you're right. I do hate the video. But I'm like, no. And now that I'm doing that, I'm making words up. It's really helped me a lot. Anyways, but yeah, the rejection in silence is a lot. Okay. Okay. The next thing is, the hardest part is like kind of like the loneliness of it. The loneliness of like chasing your dream. It's just, you want to meet people that really are in this with you, and that really like have the same drive. And that, should I talk about that? I don't know if I want to talk about that, because I don't want to bring actual celebrities and actual people. But just know that I feel that there are some people in the industry that they have really good, strong connections, and people misinterpret. Some of y'all are reading through the lines, okay? But I feel like some people out there that are really honed in on their craft, and they have really good connections, and people are just thinking they're crazy. But I'm like, no, I get it, because if I met a friend or like anybody that why was I stumbling so hard on my words, that feels the same joy, I would like love to do that. And it's just hard, especially when you're working a part-time job, or you're doing other things. You're not feeling that there are many people that are in your same, have the same ambition as you, which is life. But then once you're actually in that career, you meet people. And luckily, now that I'm actually doing a lot more things with entertainment, I'm meeting a lot more people like me, like a lot more like-minded people that have the same goals and drive, and it's so refreshing. It's so refreshing because in school, when I was in college and I was in theater and all this stuff, I was all around that 24/7. So it was breath of fresh air. But then when you go, like, you're finished college and you're doing part-time jobs and you're just doing stuff, it's like I need to speak to somebody who has who knows what I'm trying to go after, okay? So anyways, yeah, that's like one thing, like just like the loneliness of it. Okay. The next thing is the hardest part is like not knowing what you're doing. Because babes, it's not a blueprint. Like it's not like, and no shade to the girls that have like the careers, but some careers, it's very straightforward. It's very, you do school for this many years, then you go to this grad, and then you go to that internship, and then you get this company. But when you're creative, honey, especially like when you're creative in all types of things, it's not like do this. It's like, okay, so I want to get started. I want to start my dance career. Let's say I'm a dancer. I am a dancer, but let's say I like trying to be on concert. Like that's my only passion. Like I'm gonna do concert dances. Like, okay, I'm gonna make dance videos. Okay, maybe go viral if I can control that. Okay, what's next? Like, it's not a blueprint. Like, there's people that got an agent their same year of starting dance, and then people that have been working for years, but they've done many projects, but they haven't done anything. It's just a lot. It's no blueprint, and the hardest part is just not knowing what you're doing. Okay, because even me, I'm submitting auditions. I'm like, okay, so when it's time to get an agent? Let's see. And there's no really rule book. And maybe that's the fun of it. Maybe that's why we're creatives, because it doesn't have as much structure as we need. But also some structure is good, because it would be nice to know, okay, well, if you do this for a couple of years and after this point, this checkpoint comes, and then you do that, and then boom. That would be lovely to know. But I guess that's the beauty of it. And we just have to get comfortable with that. Okay. And the last part I want to say is the hard part, a hard part that nobody warns you about is the fact that you have to still believe in yourself every single day. Okay? Because you're really your biggest fan, your biggest critic, your biggest supporter, your biggest hater, your biggest lover. And you're everything in all one. Because as much as we can come on here and say, oh, guys, always be positive yourself, which I think we should, we know that we're always our biggest, okay, well, why didn't we get this done? Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do this? Okay, you're being lazy. And it's like so much more than it's like, babes, that's a hard part. You have to rewire your brain to be like, no, I can do this and I'm going to do this. I don't care if you think I'm delusional, he thinks I'm delusional, they think I'm delusional. Maybe I am delusional. But you know what? I'm going to be delusional while pursuing my dreams. Clock that T. Like I said, I need to stop saying slang and phrases that are popular right now, because I guarantee you in like 5 to 10 years that probably will not be popular, and people are gonna be like, he's so 2026. Like, please stop. Anyways, but yeah, basically, those are some things that it's hard about chasing your dreams that I feel like people don't really like talk about or warn you about, or maybe they do and I just don't watch the video. But yeah, guys, just believe in yourself. Keep waking up every single day and going after it, guys. You have to do it. You have to start it, because nobody just hands it to you. And I've learned that, like, within the last like 2 years, I've really been trying things. I've learned, oh, so like, closed mouths don't get fed. Okay, right. So I have to ask for this. Oh, okay, and then maybe they won't, but maybe they will, and they will. Oh, they did. Oh, I got that. It's just a lot. You'd be surprised how much you could get if you actually just open your mouth and ask for it and don't wait for it. Gag. Okay, stop using slang. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please keep coming back to my channel. Make sure you subscribe. And I love you guys so much. Bye.